And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
And, you know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on deep or late on their rotation, and they paid a big price for it.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Young in at the 1 spot. When you're in the NBA, time becomes your most precious resource, and Clark, from what I hear, Freak has been making the most of it by getting in extra work when he can.
Well, it's not always easy to find time to do all the things you want as an NBA player, but it's nice to hear. Really encouraging. To hear that Freak values honing his skills as much as anything else. You've got to keep that a priority when you're an NBA player.
And here's Millsap. Manu Ginobili getting his 3 to go. And here's Young. He's coming off a 19-point game against Golden State. Misses from short range. They get a hand on it. Leonard with the steal. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Aldridge. Millsap grabs the miss.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Now here's Ginobili. Following the miss by Al Horford. Kicks to Aldridge. Goes up the baseline, and he drops that one in.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. There's the pick. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Horford with the screen on Young. Here's Mack, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And Young, here we go. Stolen away. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Bazemore, ejected by Young. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 3-point game. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And Mack kicks to Horford. Puts up the baby hook. That one goes. Count. Horford's got his second bucket of the night. Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Young pass to Leonard. Cephalosha with the steal. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strong.
The Hawks trail by 13. They've got Kent Bazemore. Paul Millsap out there with Muscala. Then it's Thabo Cephalosha. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Millsap misses. And San Antonio shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors provided a nice lift. He ended with 19 points, but also put up 4 boards. This was the latest chapter in what has been a stretch of very good outings for him. Will we see another one tonight, Kevin?
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
6 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Here's Millsap. Again, Millsap missing. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Rockets in Houston.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys. And they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers. And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker. The Spurs have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Young outside. Outside, Green. Aldridge kicks to Young. Shoots. He squares up and sinks it. And the Spurs lead by 17. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Holiday kicks to Cephalosha. Here's Bazemore, covered by Mills. They set the screen. Right side, Millsap. Shot clock at 6. That's good.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Spurs leading by 15. And Young, here we go. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Hawks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Takes a 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Millsap's got 5 points in the quarter.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Mills with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Puts it up. Shot is off. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Hawks trail by 12. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Paul Millsap again. Millsap's got 7 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Holiday against Young. And here's Mills from the arc. Atlanta with the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
An East-West showdown, only one of 2 games between these squads.
And because of that, the time is now to seize control of the matchup. We'll see who strikes first. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Here's Bazemore. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. Cephalosha dishes to Millsap. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. San Antonio leading by 10. And Young, here we go. And here's Mills for 3. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Passes it to Cephalosha. There's the pick. Outside Holiday. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Young. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Millsap misses.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Young with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Duncan, solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Duncan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Atlanta making some changes. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Cephalosha. And Max subbed in for Justin Holiday. San Antonio also making some changes. West comes in for Duncan, and it's Leonard in for Daniel Green. Spurs leading by 11. Mills in the corner. The 17-footer. And it's San Antonio with another.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
Pass to Bazemore. Out left to the wing. Feeds to Millsap. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Nicholson. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Nicholson's got his second basket of the night.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going for your very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
And let's focus briefly on an area we often overlook. Point guard rebounding. It is in that category over the past 10 games. Freak third.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's no coincidence. The ability to have an impact everywhere on the floor, not just on the perimeter. I think that's what separates a lot of the great point guards from the good ones.
Picked by West. And Young kicks it to West.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. He's been more than solid over the last month. 6th in free throw percentage, 17th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And yeah, you know, he's the real deal at the foul line.
Okay,
You
gentlemen,
want him at the
shots.
line for you in
Two
crunch
shots.
time.
Free throw drops for David West.
They've been ineffective in disrupting West's game. 9 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Pass to Splitter. From beyond the arc, that is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Sheldon Mack.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Millsap. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Paul Millsap.
That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but the step they've